Right now, your body is fighting harder to keep you alive than it ever has before. Trillions of cells are repairing damage, destroying dangerous mutations, replacing worn-out tissue. Your DNA is constantly being damaged and constantly being repaired every second of your life without you ever noticing. It is the most loyal thing you will ever own. It has kept you alive through every single day of your life. And despite all of that, your body already knows it is going to lose, not by accident, not because it is weak. It may have been the plan all along. Every living thing on Earth wants to survive. Plants fight to reach sunlight. Animals fight to find food. Your immune system fights millions of bacteria every day just to keep you alive. Evolution spent billions of years making life better at surviving. So here's the question. If evolution is so good at keeping us alive, why didn't it make us live forever? At first, the answer seems obvious. Maybe the human body is simply too fragile. But that isn't what scientists found, because your body is far stronger than most people realize, and that makes the mystery even stranger. Imagine discovering that every cell in your body has a secret expiration date. For decades, nobody knew it was there. Most scientists assumed cells were like tiny machines. Give them enough food, enough fuel, and they would run forever. Until one scientist noticed something no one expected. His name was Leonard Hayflick. In 1961, he was growing human cells inside a laboratory, watching them divide. The cells divided. Again. 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 Then one day, they stopped. Not because they were sick, not because they ran out of nutrients. They simply refused to divide anymore. Every sample behaved almost exactly the same. Healthy human cells could only divide around 50 times. After that, they entered a permanent state of retirement. Scientists now call this the Hayflick Limit. This changed everything. Your cells are not immortal. They are born with a limit. To understand why, imagine making a photocopy of a photocopy, then copying that copy, again and again. Each time, the image becomes a little blurrier, a little more damaged. Eventually, it becomes too degraded to use. Your cells face a similar problem every time they divide, and that is why telomeres exist. Hidden at the end of every chromosome are tiny protective caps called telomeres. Think of them as the plastic tips on a shoelace. Their job is to protect the important information during every copy. But every time a cell divides, those protective tips become slightly shorter. Eventually, the cell reaches its limit, not because it wants to die, because it can no longer safely copy itself. Your body is carrying thousands of tiny biological countdown timers, and they all started ticking the day you were born. But this creates a problem that bothered scientists for decades. If shortening telomeres are one of the reasons we age, then there is an obvious fix. There is an enzyme called telomerase. It can rebuild those protective caps. It can wind the countdown timer back up. At first, scientists thought they had found the solution. If telomeres get shorter, why not rebuild them forever? Flood every cell with telomerase. Switch off the countdown. Live without limit. Then they looked at the only cells in the human body that already do exactly that. There is one type of cell that has already unlocked immortality. It switches telomerase back on, rebuilds its telomeres, ignores the Hayflick limit completely, and divides forever, without ever stopping. Then they discovered something terrifying. Cancer cells. A cell that never stops dividing is not the secret to eternal life. It is a tumor. This is the trap evolution had to solve. Everyone assumes the Hayflick limit is a flaw, a weakness, a design failure. But it may be the opposite. It may be a defense. By forcing your cells to stop dividing after about 50 times, your body limits how far a dangerous cell can spread. Aging may be the price you pay for not dying of cancer at the age of 12. Every cell that retires instead of dividing forever is a cell that cannot become a tumor. The same countdown that ages you may also be the thing that kept you alive long enough to grow up. You're not built to last forever. You're built to last long enough. But long enough for what? Forget biology for a moment. Imagine you own a small village. It has only a limited supply of wood. Every winter, you have two choices: repair the old houses or build new homes for the next generation. You cannot do both forever. Eventually, the wood runs out, so you make a trade. That is exactly what your body does. In the 1970s, biologist Thomas Kirkwood gave this idea a name: the disposable soma theory. Your body has a limited amount of energy. It has to divide that energy between two jobs: repairing itself and reproducing. Evolution isn't trying to make you immortal. It is trying to make sure your genes survive, so your body invests just enough energy in repair to keep you healthy through your reproductive years, and not much more. There's a brutal logic to this. Everyone assumes evolution wants us to live as long as possible. It doesn't. In the wild, most animals never reached old age anyway. Predators, accidents, starvation, building a body that could survive 200 years would have been a waste. So evolution made a trade. It built bodies that survive long enough to reproduce. Then slowly, it lets the repair systems fall behind. You were never meant to be permanent. You were meant to be a bridge. But here is where it becomes genuinely strange. If aging is simply a trade evolution made, then it is not a law of the universe. Nature seems to know that. There is a tiny jellyfish called Turritopsis dohrnii. When it is injured, it can return to an earlier stage of life and begin again. Some trees have survived for thousands of years, renewing themselves again and again. So immortality is not forbidden by biology. It already exists, just not for us. Which means the real question is no longer, why do we die? The real question is, why did evolution choose that we should? The answer may be the strangest part of all. You age, because somewhere in your deep past, it was the better strategy. The countdown inside your cells is not a curse. It is the echo of a bargain your ancestors made long before you were born. Maybe immortality was never the goal. Maybe the greatest thing evolution ever created wasn't a body that lasts forever. One day, your body will stop. Everybody does. But life itself won't. The cells that built you, the genes that shaped you, the story that carried you here, they were never trying to make you last forever. They were trying to make life last forever. And maybe that is what evolution was protecting all along. Subscribe to the human odd for more strange questions hiding inside ordinary life.